you may have heard recently the Walther CCP got recalled because it's not drop safe. Well, we happen to have a model here, so we decided let's test it. Now, we do know from a previous issue of Recoil that when this gun is partially cycled, so when you're at full cycle, this is after the striker's been dropped, so if you partially cycle the gun like this, you could, in theory, load a round and have a dead trigger. Now, when the trigger's dead, the actual firing pin will be exposed. You can kind of almost see it here, but we'll show it in a close-up in a bit. But if you fully cycle it, alright, now it's drop safe. And we'll prove that here on film today. There we go. We were able to successfully load a round by partially cycling the slide, and the trigger's still dead. Which tells me that, well, doing a press check, yeah, there's one in there. No trigger. Right now, the firing pin is resting on the primer, so if you have a very weak primer, you could get it to detonate. Now, we're going to cut in a moment here to the footage of us actually testing it. We went really hardcore out at the range testing it using some Winchester and some extreme primers, and apparently they're very, very hard primers. So it all depends on your primer thickness as to whether or not it's drop safe, but in all honesty, even with a harder primer, you're going to get damage on the primer. So it's not drop safe, get it into Walther, but let's show you a little footage of proving it isn't drop safe when the slide is only partially cycled.
Okay, we have this set up. We have a Federal primer only case in here. The striker is down, and the safety is on. Okay, now to show that when the striker is set, this gun is drop safe, we have our primed case, we have the gun locked open, it resets. I'm going to load this primed case in here. I'll put the safety on, and now we'll drop it. And it's safe. Now, we'll drop it with the safety off. Nothing happens. And now, just to show that it really was a primed and ready case, there you go. Okay guys, now the reason that we have problems with the drop safety on the CCP is because the striker has to travel so far to work. So it's cocked all the way back there and then comes all the way forward, and we have our sear and drop safety right there. So this slide has to travel almost to full extension backwards before our striker catches on the sear. So it is possible to strip a round out of the magazine into the barrel without catching the striker on the sear, and then you have the striker, which doesn't have any type of bounce back spring or drop safe. The drop safety plunger is back here, so you have that striker sitting right directly against the primer. There's our firing pin right there. And the way that this trigger works is also why people don't like the feel of it, because you've got, as you pull this, you pull the trigger, pulling the transfer bar, and it's rotating this little pin that these are attached to. So it's a nice, simple, robust mechanism, but there's a lot of contact surface in there, and any bit of grit or machining marks are going to make you'll feel as you're pulling the trigger. And here you can see that transfer bar, and we'll flip the safety on. You see that transfer bar drop down so it doesn't catch the sear. I'll turn the the safety off, you'll see that transfer bar pop up. And now it can engage.
Now you've seen exactly how this Walther CCP has an issue currently with not being drop safe. I'll be interested to see what it looks like after they fix it. We're going to send this thing off real quick here, and we'll do another video once it comes back to show what is the altered internal dynamics of the gun to make it drop safe. And we'll test it again, because why not? That's what we're here for. And if you like this kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, or you can always listen to the behind-the-scenes stuff and listen to Geeks, Gadgets, and Guns podcast, where we sit down every week and talk about this stuff. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.